back to the channel. We are back again on another logger's dozer. You guys have not seen, there's a whole bunch of videos on this dozer. It's probably one of the most popular dozers on my channel. It seems like it's always in here every year a couple times. Isn't that right, Kevin? Yeah. So it's had a lot of stuff done to it. Broken winches, transmission pumps broken. Undercarriage work was the last video on this thing. You guys watched probably just a few months ago. Had some weird undercarriage problems. They'd been running this as a low ground pressure machine. Did you hear that turbo? That's the little brother. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. They'd been running this thing on the rocks. There'd been a bunch of pads and stuff up with it. The undercarriage was wearing funny, and it had a complaint. As soon as they got that thing, they said the tracks were still jumping off. I'm like, man, it's like impossible because everything's new. The other reason they got it brought in here, I don't know if you guys can see, got a tremendous amount of play or no bushings left in the C-frame. So we could not figure out for the life of us what was going on with this undercarriage. We're pretty positive we have it under control, maybe. You guys can see down here, there's like a 3/4 inch gap right there on that side. That sprocket is shoved all the way over tight, and it's rubbing on the inside of the rail over there. So what's happening when, say this guy wants to turn to the right, that sprocket's actually climbing up on the inside of that rail, if that makes sense. You can kind of see where the paint's been rubbing off the inside of the rail, so it's been favoring over that way. Well, I've done a lot of research checking. Well, maybe this drive wheel's off or something like that. We got measurements from John Deere, that's all the same. Probably, what, a couple years ago we rebuilt these track frames. New bushing, seals, pivot shaft is good. Equalizer bars, all new bushings. We did pull a cap off the other side, confirmed it still had oil in it. Everything's good there. So we're like running out of options. Track frames are square. Until I went to bed last night and woke up and started thinking about stuff. So, if you can come back here and take a look. Some of you guys probably can't see on camera. Mr. Kevin will take the level, but if you look at these tracks, they're all leaned in like that. So, if you look, this thing's, you know, once it gets over width, the track's probably out, what, 3/8 of an inch? Mm-hmm. They're all leaned in. You get on the very back on the sprocket, it gets level again. We throw a level on the side of this track frame right here, it's actually leaned in that way. So if that's leaned in that way, that's going to cause the tracks to want to walk off and rub on the backside of the sprocket. Hopefully that makes sense. So what could cause it to be leaned in?
Only 2 points of contact.
A logger situation.
Mm-hmm.
So back here is a big pivot shaft. The only thing we can think of, they have bent those pivot shafts up that way on each side, causing
stump jumping.
Yeah, causing that track frame to turn in. So yeah, if you guys remember, this dozer come in with the winch ripped completely off of it, broke the case. When that happened, it busted transmission pumps. We pulled those out. We put final drives in this machine, drive motors. There's not too much we've not been into, so I guess we're going to pull it back over here. We're going to start working on the blade. Customer wants to work on the track frames first, see what's going on there. It'd make more sense to pull the track frames off, then we can get the blade off. There's a lot of issues going on there. If that may be a whole entirely separate video probably, so it's going to be a good one. I hope that this should come apart fairly easy. I shouldn't have said that because we just put it together a couple years ago, but they may have not greased it. The way everything else looks, it's probably rusted in there again, so I guess we'll fire it up. We'll bring it over here so we got some more room to pull the track frames and stuff off. So you notice the guys have took a lot of the hoses and stuff off. We was gonna redo these cylinders and all that stuff, but customer wants to check on the track frames and see what's going on there first. So I think that would be the smart idea anyway. See what we got going on here. Why did we just miss that with the camera? Pick her up more. I've seen that.
Swallowed it.
All right, we got it jacked up off the ground. We're gonna give you a pro tip. I know I've said this before in a video. These grease adjusters on these 700s will go back way farther than what you need and actually back behind that shield. Kevin about experienced that a second ago.
As you can see from
the angle, they'll go back probably another inch farther than that. So that means you gotta pull that shield off. But he's gonna tighten it back up here so it don't go back any farther. We're gonna go ahead. I think we're just gonna play it safe, take one track off for now, see what's going on. The master link's right here. I guess that's a good spot to bust it apart, ain't it? Good as any, ain't it? Or you wanna do it back here? Where we can pull it off?
Nice, but
we probably should start it and do it back here.
Put it right up on top.
Yeah,
nice.
Let's do that.
Okay. Hey, whoever put that bolt in there did us a favor. Did you see that?
And I see some believe that was us. How'd we know we'd be working on it again? Am I coming apart?
Yeah. It's probably gonna come off, so watch yourself.
Steven Skull?
Get out of the ground.
Oh, brunt boots aren't doing it for you, huh? Maybe you need, let me get in there with some longer legs.
What's that, Chuck Norris? Bruce Lee!
How about we get a pry bar before you hurt
Bruce
yourself?
Lee! Oh, come on. We ain't no spring chickens either.
No. I wish Hunter was here. He went to football practice. It probably don't help that it's all wound up on the side of the sprocket too.
It is.
So I'll show you what we was talking about here. See all that paint rubbed off there? This track is sitting over, it's moved now, but see all the yellow paint still on this side here? No yellow paint here, so it's been rubbing on that side hard. So they probably only put, what, 100 hours or so since we put this undercarriage on. But you can see this link here. See how that's sitting over this way? That's what's going on with this situation, but it's rubbing hard on that side, so. I'm gonna drag this out with the fork truck. Alright, got the track chain off. This is a pivot shaft. This is what we think has been up this way. So, well, you guys can see, we got a level. We're favoring that side of the bubble. It's got about an 1/8 inch or so in it. You know, across that sprocket, it's level. That's sitting good. This is sitting in like that. And that's not even a nice true casting, but machine pretty close. I don't know. We just did check to see if there's any play in this track frame. We put a forklift under here, picked it up, nothing. So, like I say, I did put new bushings and stuff in that a couple years ago. Rebuilt the equalizer bar. So if you guys don't know, these track frames on these bigger dozers pivot up and down, gives them a smoother ride, makes them grade better. This is kind of what they call an equalizer bar. It's got a pivot in the middle, pivots on each end. So, well, I guess we'll take this off and see what's going on. I don't know how we're going to tell if that thing's bent or not. Guess how much that piece is from John Deere?
I can only imagine.
$7,000. It's not cheap.
The problem is it doesn't have to be bent much.
No, a little bit is a long ways.
Because of how
for
long
sure.
it is.
That's been on there like original too, it looks like. I don't know. We'll get, I think we take this whole sprocket wheel off here, and then we can just slide this This is more of a pain to take off, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd probably be easier. Just
Take that roll bolts off there. And then we'll take this pin out right here. Pull this cap off, a couple keepers. There'll be some oil in there come out. That should come right off.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Coming. Oh God. Cut this side.
Guess what, Bob? That's not very nice of it to be touching.
It'll come out. Gosh, dang. Got it. Smart people to have a pan, but we're not smart.
Never was accused of being smart.
Especially on YouTube.
Especially in the comments.
Get your 2 halves. So these are the retainers, the only thing that holds the track frame on. Ew. Got the camera got greasy.
Sorry.
You go up. Well, we're gonna let that drain out a little bit. Definitely got good oil and seals and stuff in there, so that's a plus. Get this thing cleaned up. Check it out. See if it's bent somehow. That's probably the easiest track frame we took off ever.
Oh, good.
Maybe because we fought it the first time. You can see all the torch marks and stuff on there from before. Paint burnt, oxy lancing.
Hey, Bob.
Is that normal?
Is this a liquid filled unit?
It's a little water in the belly.
Yeah.
It's not rained for a long time, right?
It's all that washing. That's what it was, washing.
That's right, that was Randy.
Clean water.
Randy?
You're doing a great job, by the way. You keep up that good work.
Well, see, I'm gonna get I
all
left
the
3 bolts for you. You're welcome.
Let's see that. Huh. appreciation station.
I'll get the wrench set up for you too.
Okay. All right. Is this a karate chop moment or old Power Ranger? Come on, Power Ranger.
You could just take the whole final drive off.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get them off.
Go down. All right. Down a little. That's about what you had in here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got this thing
From top and bottom.
put back in the track frame. It is showing at a level. We marked the top of this with a punch here, and the track frame is sitting level on these sawhorses right now. And you guys can see that bubble's sitting square in there. Is this the top now? So if you look over here, that bubble is not centered. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that thing is leaned out, oh, an 1/8 inch or so, a good 1/8 inch. You can guys see the gap through there, but what the thing, you spin it back over this way, it's not, the shaft's bent's what we're trying to say, I guess, right? Shaft's bent some. I'm not sure if there's not some in there, but if we turn it 180, I know 25 thousandths don't sound like very much here, but you start adding that up, the level tells a lot of the truth there too. So we go back there, it's pretty much level again, so that tells us that this is bent, right? So everything's good and cleaned up. Bushing's good. We got about 10 thousandths clearance between the bushings. That's normal for oil and stuff in there. Bushings are good. No grooves on the shafts. Looks like new. So we got to figure out. We can't spin this shaft and put it in a different hole because those are all drilled special weird. There's no way to spin that and put it somewhere else because I know people are going to comment on that. So
just mag drill it back to the side of the tractor.
We could just weld it on there someplace. I don't know. We could stand this up and mill this off square again or something. I'm not sure. This thing is like, say, $7,000. So we're gonna do some figuring here. Maybe even pull the other side apart and see what's up with it. I'm not sure. And go from there. All right, we've done some deciphering. We don't know if it's gonna work. This is a 14-inch diameter. My old Monarch lathe has a 14.5-inch swing. We think we might be able to chuck that end up there in the chuck. We've got a good center hole here. Try to center it. We may try to come in here and face this dude. We don't have to come all the way in because we've got a hole there. We'll get it on there and see what it acts like. We know when that hole, that dot's up here, we need to be taking meat off the bottom, right? The opposite side. That's what our level said, right? We'll think about that and figure it out, but we're gonna get her.
Either yes or no.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get it set up and rethink. It's kind of end of the day and messing with their brains, and we'll get her set up and see what happens. Careful, bub. It's classic. made big boy decisions. We figure we can't screw it up.
We really shouldn't do that at 4 o'clock.
No. So this thing has a good 25 or 30 thousandths. It's out of whack here. This is out what? 15. It's out about 5 there. What we're gonna try to do is get this squared up, maybe take a little extra meat off. That's gonna kind of suck that in. Maybe keep our customer from buying a new one. We probably could cut this down, undersize it, weld it back up, turn it back to true. That's still another option yet we can do. We got our dial indicator set here at 0. We're kind of cleaning things up. So we're probably gonna go over about an 1/8 inch or so, we're thinking. About 125 thousandths. That's micrometers is what? You don't know, 1 millimeter? 1.6 millimeters, that's my guess. Somebody can convert it in comments. Sure. As you can see, my little Monarch lathe is at the end of everything. We couldn't have a bigger piece, could we?
But it works.
But it works. Barely. Well, we'll get this turned down and see how it does. Cut number 2, we took about 25, which is about 5 too much, we're thinking next time. We learn from our mistakes. We're hitting the bolt holes right now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and test fit this and see if our theory worked out. I don't know if I said earlier, we replaced these bushings a couple years ago. We did measure them and everything, make sure nothing's watered out. Had around 10 thousandths clearance, which is probably spec. We're going to slide it together, see what happens, and then just to make sure our theory's kind of working, and then we'll throw her on there. Going down. Go down. All right, we think we're somewhat better. We bolted on, it's on there for sure. So so we can't put the track frames on. I mean, we could, but we're gonna kind of screw ourselves. So we've got to do work on this blade. I don't know if we're gonna take the C-frame off yet. We've got to do some work on these pins and stuff here in a second. So we're gonna take the other track off. And I had this bright idea about going live on YouTube on the other side. So if you guys want to see this, you can probably go back in the videos and catch the live feed on this side. But you guys just seen the whole ordeal. It's the same thing. So what do you think? Is that a great idea?
You got all the great ideas.
We got all the... All right. Well, we'll get this side off. And when we get done, we'll bring you guys back in and see what we found out, I guess. All right, we got some parts ordered in from our friends at Paint Valley Equipment. We got new aftermarket cylinders. This is all made in USA aftermarket stuff. Got new bushings in. It's gonna be the quick and easy way to go. Got new pins and bushings from them. Got a few little odds and ends from John Deere, some seals, some grease hoses and stuff like that. Me and my friend Mr. Tucker is gonna yank this blade off here. I was kind of waiting on some parts to show up before we did that. We've been doing some other projects, so underneath Tucker, you've already took that belly pan off. You got 2 grease hoses that goes in these pins here. You go down there and take those out. I think it might be a 9/16 wrench. I'll get you whatever you need to get a light. So we're gonna take this whole C-frame off here and take these. We can take these lift cylinders off here first, Tucker. You wanna do that and we'll tie them up. So these pins right here have a fitting in the end of them, a grease hose that goes up to here. If you guys don't know that, actually grease. It's a lot better design than some of the smaller dozers. Got a hose goes back here, and that gets broke off and all that stuff. So got 3 fittings here. 2 of them grease these C-frames. The center one, or one of them greases this equalizer bar right there. So all right, we're gonna get to it. Get these cylinders probably took off first, and then we'll I'll have him take those grease hoses off. Plan is we'll probably just try to drive that inward with an air hammer or something like that, and then we'll go from there and get this dude off, start pulling all this mess off here. So probably gonna be doing a little bit of line boring and welding, cutting and grinding and all that good stuff. So no chain forklift or something. Where'd your pry bar go? Yeah. There, you got it. That works. Let's see what kind of day we're gonna have here. Oh yeah, it's moving. That's awesome. My friend Tucker's having a good time. You wanna tell your friends about it, Tucker? Digging out dirt to get to grease lines?
It's lovely.
It's lovely. And drive the pin out?
Sure.
He's got the grease lines all on hooked under there and a pile of caca, don't you? This is why I should stay in school, people.
Seems a bit excessive.
Get your hand out here and hold it. You can get a hammer. Try to hit it on the bottom down there.
The bottom?
Bend that piece of metal.
Huh?
If you hit it here, you'll bend that in. Try to hit it down there. Get it? All right, got the pins out. This one we had to hammer out. The other side we just air hammered, so a little weird. You went through the chrome plating, didn't they? So Tucker found something interesting. Grease line wasn't attached to that one, was it?
No, it's Bluetooth.
I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we got new pins and all that good stuff, so All right, you want to fire her up and see if you can get her out of there? Better move that table over a little bit. What a mess. Yeah, you can take that gray cover off. So that ball and socket's got a bunch of play in it too. A lot more than what I was hoping for. It's got shims in it, but I don't know if we can take out enough shims to fix that. So we're gonna disassemble a C-frame off here, take all these cylinders off, take that thing off plumb separate, and go from there. I showed you guys a bunch of times. Somebody's welded keepers. Look at this hole right here.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's got to be line bored out. They're just, man, every one of these is going to fight us, so I guess we're going to make it new again.
That's scary.
All right, let's get after it. I guess we'll start taking this stuff off, cylinders loose, and go from there. Good times are upon us. All right, this thing's been fighting. I guess it could have been worse. That pin come out, you guys seen there on time lapse, but this pin come out. This pin is stuck something fierce. I actually cut the end off the cylinder because they're junk. Yeah, I was gonna cut that out, but this pin stuck in the bushing. So me and Mr. Tucker's decided to go ahead and take this ball loose here, and then we can get the C-frame up off here.
I'm not so sure how it's gonna like it. I think it's bending your wrench.
Oh, let me need some heatage. Everything about this project sucks. I hate to say that word, but we'd be lucky if you don't have to weld in a new socket. Cut that one out. Ball and socket.
Cut the whole thing with a torch.
I could, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, how much play was in that? Way more than those shims, wasn't it?
Oh, it was bad, yeah. No, it went up like a whole inch.
It'll save us time and the customer time and money. It might be easier just to cut that dude and put a new ball and socket in it. Yeah. That's probably, I know it sounds super wasteful, but I don't know. What are you thinking?
It had a lot of play in it.
It did. We're going this whole measure to redo this whole blade, and yeah, we might well take all the shims out, but then there's no more shims to take out, and pretty much next time they gotta replace the balls. So I think we just need to whack that off with the torch. What do you think?
That's probably.
And then we're gonna get in a bigger project than what we anticipated, like normal. Looks like a part 2. We're gonna get this cut off here and have some fun. What a mess. Oh boy.
Oh, nice one.
Rookie. You see that?
Maybe.
Huh?
Oh, we got a fire hazard.
Small fire? You don't need to worry about fire.
Fire. Okay, that's good enough. I don't know. We may have. Give her the 1-2 snap-a-loo. Well, apparently he got it. No, you're good. Hold on. This is safe. Go forward a little bit. Okay.
What we got?
This doesn't seem too bad from here, but
That was good.
that one, yeah, that does
Boy,
seem
we went to
good.
the point of no return now, didn't we? We just cut balls off. You know what happens when that happens, don't you?
Castration.
You can't have any more baby dozers.
That's okay.
Did you learn that in school?
It's definitely.
You did today. All right, we got our friend out, the oxy lance. We're gonna blow. Am I blowing or are you blowing?
You can go for it.
Are you scared?
No.
So we got 2 stuck pins. I'm gonna bore through the center with the oxy lance rod. You guys have been watching my channel. You've seen these before. We don't have any right here, so here's a little cut-off piece. It's just a copper rod with steel inserts in it. I'll show you one here in a second. Oh, it goes to the battery. So yeah, there's the copper rod. It's got a steel insert and it just throws oxygen in it. We'll light it off using the car battery. You can use a stick welder or anything like that. So yeah, we just need a 12-volt battery. Hook those 2 leads to and we'll go to town. Just like magic. I guess I'm doing the honors here. This makes an absolute mess. So, see, I got a steel plate in the floor. This will literally blow out hot lava and it will pop the top off your concrete. So you gotta make sure and protect your concrete. So I'll get suited up here and we'll have at it.
think you gotta get a...
Roll it out some more.
You go to your right.
Oh, that's not good in the concrete.
Oh, I was not paying attention.
Huh?
Hot lava.
Do that one.
I wouldn't want to touch that. You can go up just a little bit.
Okay, pretty close.
Yeah.
So these are hard to start, so you got to burn this back before it starts lighting that copper off. I think you got some grease on fire.
Grease fire.
Go down level if you're done.
That's fine. You're hitting it at a very awkward angle.
Maybe you need a bigger hammer. What a mess. Wore out. Alright, this one's fighting us. Those things get so stuck in the bushing. I probably should have oxy-lanced it out more, but I just took the torch and cut the pin off on each side, so hopefully you can get the rest out of there. If that don't work, you might be able to get in. Hey, go in this way and shove it out.
Oh,
there you go.
That one won't go. What?
You got it.
My eye, I got wrong glass. Nah, that won't go that way.
Yeah, it will. Trust me. Try it the other way. I don't know.
Just push out the other way.
Piece of junk.
See, look how easy that was. How old are you?
Really? That's why I had a son. So you could tell me what to do.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Oh. That's a good one there, Pat-Paul. What'd that do to you? Look at that. That hole might be egg-shaped. Or am I just seeing things? Boy, oh boy. Well, that's the end of the destruction. We're gonna heat that up, hammer it back in. It's definitely got to be line board out. What do you think, Tucker? You like tearing stuff up?
I said you put a new pin in there and call it good.
Put a new pin, weld it in there, and call it good?
That's how you do it.
That's the reason I took the C-frame off a tractor, because that one right there, you couldn't get in and fix it properly. And this stuff here is just a freaking mess. These cylinders are wore out. They've been rebuilt.
You might as well cut the whole freaking thing off and just weld a whole new side to it.
We can get it cleaned up and weld it and line bore it. Do you know what, Tucker? That's going to be in episode number 2. Because this one's getting drug out.
Oh.
We're going to keep our people waiting.
And the amount of broken bolts, too.
There's so many broken bolts. We've got a lot of cleanup stuff to do here. We'll do that off camera here in between videos. We got a lot of grinding. We got broken bolts clean up. We might show you guys some of that. We'll be back. I've got a new ball and socket ordered. It's probably gonna get out his air arc, gouge these welds off, get these bust off, everything cleaned up, and start line boring and reassembly. We'll get our new Malco Tools line boring machine out. I don't know how many holes we'll have to do. We got a couple. I know that one's bad. That long one's bad over there. We'll have to get that one's bad. So we'll while we got to part, we might as well do it. So anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And anything else, Mr. Tucker?
This is a mess.
Did you not put the oxylates back right? Mr. Kevin's on vacation this week, so if everybody's dropping comments where Kevin's at, that's where he's at. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Do us a huge favor. If you like this video, go down below, hit that thumbs up button. Helps me out tremendously. And definitely leave us a comment, because me or Mr. Kevin read them all, believe it or not. So we may not be able to respond to all of them, but we do read them all. So drop a comment for sure. As always, guys, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.